This is a Freightliner M2. You're either most likely going to see a small DD5, which is a baby Detroit, which this one is, or a Cummins 6.7. Depending where you are in the country, you'll see one or the other. There are some other variations, some other engines, but these are most likely what you're going to see. So this being a DD5, I'm going to show you the location of the outlet knock sensor and how to swap that. So here from the engine compartment, if you come down and around, you will see that the NOx sensor, the back of it is this part right here, and I'll show you where the sensor itself is. Here we are under the truck. Come over here to the front of this exhaust pipe, and it is this one right here. It's that right there. And so what I would recommend doing, this one's already a little bit loose, but spray some penetrant in there and then go do everything up front like I'm going to show you. And it is attached to some spots with some zip ties that you'll have to clip and then re-put on. But yeah, go spray some penetrant. I use a PB blaster in there, and then I will do everything on the top end and then come back down to here once I get the top end disconnected. First off, before you do any of this, make sure you have the gray one. So the gray board on here, that is the outlet knock sensor. If you have the dark gray or black one, that's the inlet. So make sure you've got the gray one, and just check with your dealer. So we come over here, and the best way that I've found is to get this part of the harness off first, and you take the door, open this right here, and you have 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a 4th one right here. You can use either a flathead or these are T27 Torx bits, which look like this. I forgot to say that don't ever do this while hot. You will burn yourself. Let this sit for a while and then get on this. Anyway, go ahead and take all 4 of those off. There it is off, and I put everything in the cab. I get pulled off of jobs quite often, so I like to keep everything in the cab if I can. So then we come down here, and it's not necessary to take this off, but it makes the whole process a lot easier. So pull this, and it may be stuck. You may have to get a screwdriver, and I'd put it in right there and then right there, and just kind of wiggle it until this gets loose. And you want to push that all the way out. Sometimes they break, so be careful. You don't want that to happen. And then you wiggle it out. Sometimes they're stuck. You can put a screwdriver in here. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Sometimes you have to as a last resort, but try to avoid that and then get that whole thing pulled out. That did take a bit of force to get off. And while it's off, make sure to check in here and make sure there's no corrosion, and the same on this side. And before it all goes back together, it is best to wipe any dirt and dust out. Just be careful of the pins. You don't want to bend those at all or get any moisture on them. And then when you brush this, brush away from it and then off and down. Anyway, once you're done with that, go ahead and set this off to the side, and you can get a lot better access down there. And these are 10 millimeter. This one is still on. The one down there is missing. Somebody has got to this before me and put it back together, and it didn't actually replace anything. So you go ahead and get that off. You need to get down here to that yellow tab part that you push down. Works similar to this one, but you basically have no access until you take these 10 millimeters off and then lift the whole thing up. So go ahead and get those loose, and then get this loose and bring it on up as far as you can. All right, got that off, and this can bind up if you don't bring it up the specific way. So just wiggle it around. You don't want that to get stuck. And then right here, go ahead and stick a screwdriver or a pick through. I recommend a screwdriver if you can get it evenly in the bottom center. If you do too much on one side, you may break this. But as you push down, this will slide out from the board. So you want to tug slightly while you push down in here. There it is. So yeah, what I did was I pushed in there with the screwdriver. I pushed that way while I pulled and tugged that way. If you've never done one of these before, be careful. If you have done these, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They can snap, and that is not going to be a fun thing to have to deal with if that is broken. But then go ahead and check for corrosion in there. Since we're replacing it, doesn't matter if there's corrosion in here, but if there is, then you're going to have it in the harness side as well. So now's the time to address that as well. And then we can then go through and undo the sensor back there. You can't push this through here. There's not enough room. You have to bring the sensor up and through and take it out this top end. I wasn't able to film getting this on. It was kind of a struggle with both hands, but I got it on there, and this is where having the penetrant sit for a while helps. And hopefully you'll be able to get this going, and then just push, and you should hopefully get that off. If you feel this moving or it's bending, you may start to round them out, and that is not something you want. One thing you can do is if this is totally stuck, you may have to cut this and then get another one that's all enclosed and not open like this style. And this style is right here. They have longer ones that are a little bit more sturdy that don't open as much. You may have to get one of those, but that's outside the scope of this video. So I'll go ahead and turn that and get that off. And one thing is, you can tell it is loose if this part right here starts to get loose in the center. That means it actually is backing out. So go ahead and get that all the way off. Well, I've run into something unexpected, which happens sometimes. So this is kind of the end of taking this off right now. I'm going to have to actually get in there. I'm going to have to take part of this off, cut it off, get in there, and try to get that out of the threads. It actually broke, and I'll show you the part that broke. If you look at this new one, it broke about halfway through the threads, so the top end is turning like that, and the bottom is stuck in there, so I cannot actually get that out right now. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more work that is beyond the scope of this video. So now I'll just reverse the process and pretend that I replaced this. So what we do is fish this out. There is a couple of zip ties that you gotta cut, and then if this was truly out, then you could fish it up through the top, and then just get that out, and then bring the new one down in. And like I said, you can't actually bring the board down through here. You've got to push the sensor up through the top. There's just not enough room right here for the board to slide down. And if this had been replaced, you would then put that part of the harness back on here before you put the bolts back through there. This only does fit on one way, so if you put it the opposite way, with this part, the yellow part up here, it just simply won't fit on. And then you push in while you push down, mostly push that in, and see if I can get it. As you can see right here, it will slide that way as I push that way on here. It's going in. This can take a little bit of force. Make sure to do it evenly. You don't want to break that. See how it's flush right there, and it also is flush right here. So then, if this had been replaced, we would get this mounted back in there, get that in there, and then this part right here, we would take, after this is cleaned up, and push back on and push the lever back over. And at that point, everything here would be done, and then I would come over here and just put that face plate or that plate back here, and that basically just covers it down here. Just makes it look nice, and you get a little bit less junk on here, but not much. That's just a cover basically, and then you just shut it, and then you would be done if that had actually been replaced. But it's a little bit more work on my end to actually do what I need to do, which again is beyond the scope of this video. So I hope that helps somebody, and if it did, please consider subscribing. Have a good day. Safe working on trucks and safe driving, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. At this point, it's Friday. Okay, bye.